Are you guys ready for this great story about an 8th grade dance I was in? All right, here we go. So I'm in 8th grade dance. I'm having fun. I see candy. I see food, pop, and there were balloons all over. Also a DJ playing music. I saw my friends, Dave and Steven, who I knew. They were dancing with their girlfriends. So I went over and I said, hey, could I hang out with you guys? Could I dance? We're having a great time and a blast, and we're booking all night. When Deidre comes through those two doors, I'm like, she was tall, muscular, an athlete, really tall. She's like, Matthew, what are you doing? I'm dancing with my friends, I'm having a good time. And he's like, well, Matthew, I don't like you, and you are funny looking. I'm like, well, that's not my fault. She helps me up. She pushes me down really hard. I was crying and I was yelling. When Eleanor saw me crying, she was sitting with me. And she's like, Matthew, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. I'm a little emotional because Deidre threw me on the ground. And Eleanor picks me up, helps me up. And then Eleanor came with me and talked to Deidre. I was truly scared of Deidre. Eleanor did all the talking. And Eleanor said, Deidre, why would you make fun of Matthew and throw him on the ground? Deidre said, I don't like him because I don't respect him and he's funny looking. Then Eleanor says, well, that's not what to do. And you know what? Screw you, Deidre. Eleanor takes my hand on the dance floor. She's like, Matthew, can I just dance? I'm like, sure, why not? I wish they played Chris like me, but it was Blue Moon. It was a great song to dance to. We danced. And I said, Eleanor, thanks. And she's like, no problem. At that very moment, the dance was over. And then, here's what happened, guys. Picture this. She kissed me. It was my first slow kiss. It felt amazing. Like, oh my God, did that actually happen? So my dad picks me up from the dance, and I go in the car. And my dad said, Matt, how's the dance? I'm like, it was great, Dad. I had my first slow kiss and my very slow dance. It was awesome. And there was stuff I didn't want to tell my parents when we were going home. So we got home. It was bedtime. I'm like, Mom and Dad, there's something I need to tell you. Here's what happened. When I was at the dance, a student, a person who I knew named Deidre, she made fun of me about how I looked, how I dressed. She pushed me on the ground. And the group, Dave and Steven, did not say anything to no one or to her. And then my parents said, Matt, she's a jerk. Mom, Dad, she's a major jerk. But they told me never give up on myself and keep my dreams alive. So I did, and I overcome it. When I started high school, it felt amazing. I was alive. And I wasn't the little boy that I was in 8th grade. I grew up. I see a group of my friends, and they came up to me and said, hey, Matthew, we want to apologize of what happened to you in 8th grade. We're not proud of us, what we did, but we should have done something to help you. I'm like, thank you for your apology. And David's like, dude, Matthew, I know you from 1st grade. We played soccer together. You, me, and Steven. We're like your brothers, man. Really good friends. And so, after school ended, I'm walking out the stores with my friends going home, going to the bus. Deidre comes up and saying, hey, Matt, can I talk to you for a minute? I'm like, sure, what's up? Deidre said, Matthew, I just want to apologize for what I did in 8th grade. I'm not proud of what I did. Why are you here with us? We're going to DQ to have ice cream. And I came with them. We're playing football, catching. It felt amazing. So 10 years later, it was my high school renewing. Oh my God, I was so nervous. I didn't know what to expect. I'm like, my stomach was hurting because I was so nervous. When I went in those stores to the bar had drinks, everything. People were talking, hanging out. And then go in, and I'm hearing my friend Deidre saying, Matthew, come on, man. Let's go have some drinks. I got my first drink. It was a margarita. I didn't have to pay for anything. They paid for me. I see my friends. And it said, Train! LaChapelle! What's up, man? I'm like, what's up, guys? But at that very moment, everything came to place. I felt like I was part of a group. So when I started 8th grade in high school, I knew I was different. I just didn't know how to react to it. I had an extra chromosome that I didn't understand. And I didn't know that I had Down syndrome. What I went through, every moment, I was weak. I couldn't walk, couldn't talk. I had to use sign language. I had things on my legs. It felt like hell. I was in hell. But the reason why I'm talking now is I never stopped talking. And that's how I got a speech therapist helping me to talk. I would never give up on myself. My hopes and my dreams, I would never stop dancing because I'm a dancing machine and I'm an actor with Down syndrome. If that won't stop me, I would never stop dancing!